Let's have a property tour, shall we? Brian LEBO here, and today we have a very different one for you. So, typically we show modern masterpieces, and today we are out in Seven Hills, which is one of my absolute favorite neighborhoods in all of Las Vegas. I actually lived here in the early 2000s, and today we're going to be touring this more Tuscan style home. So again, I like modern, but we're going to try to branch out a little bit. Ashley tried to encourage me. Corey, the listing agent, said, Brian, step out of your comfort zone. So let's give it a shot. And you guys let me know what you think if you want to see more of these videos. Now, the first thing we're going to discuss is this entrance, because this is such a grandiose entrance. You saw the ornamental iron doors that leads to this courtyard, but above us is 20 feet high, and it's just a very dramatic entrance to this property. Over here to the left, this door, we're going to see later, but this is a completely detached casita, which is incredible. But let's start the tour. So as we come out of this entry area, we're greeted into this courtyard. So over here to the left, you can see we have a great outdoor seating area. We have a fireplace, and we even have the romantic Italian bulb lights, which is really neat. Now, over here in this area, we'll see later, we have a secondary bedroom. And then as we scroll over to this side, scroll over, pan over, you get it. Over here, you'll see later, this is an executive office. I love that this is the center of the entire home and everything opens up into this space. But let's see the inside of the home now. So as we get to the actual front door, again, this is wonderful because no one can ever approach your real front door because they get hit with the door to the courtyard first. But again, we have this dramatic ornamental iron door that's about 10 feet tall. So stepping into the property, into the real property now, we normally start off in the kitchen, so we're going to head that direction. But first off, we're going to talk about the flooring. Now, the flooring in this entire home, except for some of the rooms, is all tumbled travertine floors. This was huge in the early 2000s, and then it kind of phased out. You're starting to see travertine come back in a little bit of a different kind of a modern style. But again, this is very beautiful, super well taken care of, and really fits this Tuscan design that we're going to see. So, like I said, we start off in the kitchen, so let's start off in the kitchen. Now, this is the point in the video that we normally talk about the obligatory waterfall return for the kitchen island. But since this is not a modern property, this is going to be a little different. So here we have an elevated bar top area. And now this is a mouthful, guys. So instead of we talk about the edges or the apron for countertops. So we have the monolithic 3-inch. Blue Heron now is doing the very minimal, natural surface. Here, this mouthful is an OG double stacked bullnose. You guys got that, right? OG double stacked bullnose, and it's not OG like original gangster, it's OGEE. But very elegant, very nice, and it gives it that monolithic thickness that we really enjoy and the richness, when in reality, it's just double stacked, but looks great. Now, the one thing that probably is not going to show well on camera, and you have to be here to appreciate, is the fact that this kitchen, honestly, is one of the most incredible kitchens that I have ever seen, in the sense that we have 20-foot high ceilings, and it's just sensational. We have crown molding everywhere, but you're going to notice this theme in this house of geometry. There's a lot of circular areas, and then we have 90-degree squared off areas, but this whole kitchen is designed around this circular turret. So again, when you look up and when you're in this space, it just feels absolutely incredible. So let's start off here first. So again, we have the OG double stacked bull nose counter surface in a beautiful granite, very, very popular in the early 2000s. We have our maple cabinetry, very lovely, very nice. Coming down a little bit further, we have the backsplash, which is almost like a blend. So here we have a 3D travertine subway stack tile backsplash. So it's a little bit modern with that 3D and subway kind of stack, but very nice inlay. And then we have the appliances. So here we have a 36-inch Thermador grill top. Again, if it was a cooktop, controls would be on the top, but since it spills over and the controls are on the apron, it's a grill top. We have the matching Thermador 36-inch ventilation hood, very lovely. We kind of threw in a microwave on the countertop, but kind of neat. You don't really see too much in the modern homes anymore. But here we have a warming drawer. So saw a lot of that in the early 2000s. For some reason, it kind of got phased out. If we do see it, it tends to be in the butler's pantry. But we have the double ovens that are thermidor. And then what I really, really love is this refrigeration. So we have split refrigeration, 50-50 split, but they're actually individual. So you can see that they actually are built in individually. Just gives it a really lovely custom built-in look. And it's also built on this radius. So this entire wall is actually a rounded radius. So all this cabinetry had to be articulated on a degree. So kind of neat. Now, are you picking up where this is going? You see where I'm going right now? You see what I'm teasing? If you've been watching, you know exactly what's about to happen. What's the rule? Under $3 million, we don't need 2 dishwashers. Over $3 million, we need 2 dishwashers. Hey, check this out. We're under $3 million by a ton, and we have 2 dishwashers, both matching, both thermidor, both meets the test. So we're wonderful. We have a more modern undermount sink here, just one vestibule, very nice. So again, this is an incredible kitchen, but this is truly one of those kitchens that you have to be here to appreciate the space, to appreciate the height of the ceiling and all of the views that come along with it. It's truly an incredible kitchen beyond what you're probably going to see on film. Over here, we have a really large pantry right off the kitchen, makes a lot of sense. Coming down here, again, we have different granite, but we do have the OG bullnose double stacked countertop. That doesn't get old. Now, instead of having the maple cabinetry, here we have kind of more of a natural oak cabinet. Then obviously washer dryer. Over here, this is actually access to the 2-car garage. Nice garage, not really anything super important or exciting to discuss. Just a lovely, nice 2-car garage. All right, now we're gonna come over and we're gonna check out a little bit of the actual living space as far as the family room is concerned. So one of the things that you notice when you're here is we go from the circle to this squared off 90-degree angle that leads us to the French doors that go to the backyard. So again, in person, the use of geometry is really, really interesting. So we have plantation shutters, our double French doors that leads out to the pool, very nice. And then let's come down and discuss this media wall and fireplace situation. So again, we're not dealing with modern architecture here. This is more of a Tuscan home, so everything's a little bit richer, a little bit warmer. So here we have kind of a limestone array for the entire wall. We have a more traditional mantle. And of course, we have a high-end, but still 4x3 fireplace that we've had forever. Now, this is kind of a neat one. You see this a lot in your older properties that were built in the 2000s. Even my house, I had to contend with this years ago. These custom built-ins have depth. These were built when we had like DLP projection televisions. So these were great. You could frame them in and it looked like a flat screen display. And then flat screen displays became just the norm. So this has been perfectly executed. You can see there's hardly any gaps around the edge. It's been articulated out, so it's flush. Here we have like an 85-inch television, so it's perfect. It meets the man test. And what's kind of a neat little Easter egg is they even put in, pop it out. They even put in a secondary display underneath. So let's say you're watching the game and you want to check in on the Masters, you can watch the golf tournament on the little TV down there. So kind of neat little throw in. All right, now that we've seen the kitchen and the family room, let's head down this direction and let's check out the primary suite. Very dramatic as we walk through. We'll get to the dining room later. We'll get to the seating area later, but just a wonderful walk to the primary. And what's neat is this is a large home and a single story, but it lives very intimately. So even with these volume ceilings, it's wonderful. Now, we stopped because above us is another rounded turret entry. So again, you're gonna see this constant theme of rounded radius corners. Very, very interesting, and I love the way they designed it. So coming into this gorgeous, gorgeous bedroom, we've got double crown molding throughout. We have surround sound over the bed over there. But let's talk about this. On the back side of this wall was the family room wall that we just discussed, and you can kind of see the influence over here. So we have a more Gothic style fireplace and mantle, same kind of limestone. Here we have an elevated display and sound bar, but it's full surround sound. So you have your sound bar replicating left and right, and then you have your rear speakers over the bed. Really neat. But I love this. I really love this space. So here, again, you can see this entire radius. So we have another turret here, 20-foot high ceilings, and this is just a romantic, wonderful place. So if you wanted to like cozy up with a blanket and a book, this is a great place. The plantation shutters look right into the pool. It's really, really wonderful, really beautiful. Over here, we have a door that leads out directly to the pool. So that's nice to have ingress and egress. Now let's check out the bathroom, because there's definitely some neat things there. You can kind of get a sense right here, even on this wall. This is the backside of the shower, which you're gonna see in a second. But even here, you can see this rounded wall and this radius, which leads us into the shower area. Now, over here to the left, this is his side for the closet. So this is a dedicated closet. It's a little bit smaller than the other one, which is why I said his. Woke Mafia, sorry, watch another video. We have 2 toilets in this property. Well, in the primary suite, I should say. So this would be maybe his toilet since it's next to his closet. But now, let's swing around and let's talk about this shower. So you might be able to tell from the outside, but this whole shower is another turret. It's completely rounded, and there's some incredible craftsmanship in here that would be totally lost. So as we step into the shower, it's all marble. So it's completely shrouded in marble tile. We have a shower head here, a shower head here, so 2 shower heads, and we even have a rainfall shower head. And even when you look up, you can see the double stack ceiling and the rounded turret. But what's really, really neat and incredible and attention to detail is while we have this bench, look underneath this bench. Look at the craftsmanship it took to actually design something that most people are never, ever going to see. Those are the kind of things that I love, is that attention to detail and craftsmanship when it doesn't matter. Very lovely and a really elegant shower. Now over here, you can see this closet, much larger. This is the her side closet. And then over here, we have a vanity. So we have matching vanities, whether this is his or hers, so you guys fight over that one. But we have a lovely, lovely vanity. We have a travertine style counter surface. We have a custom mirror, which we'll discuss in a moment, because there's kind of an Easter egg in this mirror we'll show you on the other one. Now, coming over to the bathtub surround, it's completely shrouded in travertine everywhere. And what's kind of neat is with all this geometry and circles, we still have a rectangular bathtub. It's much more modern, in fact. So kind of surprising. You would have expected an oval bathtub, I would have. But here's what's kind of neat. I love what they did with the backsplash around this bathtub. So if you look closely, you notice that it's kind of a basket weave made out of marble. So it's really lovely, really rich. But now, as we come down here, now check out the other vanity and look, that same basket woven marble completely surrounds the entire mirror. And then you have an edging that's made out of travertine. So again, really, really wonderful. And of course, we have the other water closet for him or her, or him and him, or her and her, or they and them, whatever that is. Now, over here, we have the makeup vanity for them. And that concludes the primary suite in all of its glory. So now that we've seen the primary suite, let's swing around, let's check out that seating area, let's check out the dining room, and then we'll make our way into some of the secondary bedrooms as we finish up the inside. So again, we have a very dramatic entrance and exit, nice coffered ceiling, and then here we go into the seating area. So, you know, this would be your formal living room. I kind of love what they did by having this piano here, and this is kind of like a listening room. And again, maybe I got something with chaise lounges, I don't know, but this is what I was alluding to. How lovely is this? Another place where you can sit here and read your book, read your iPad, throw on the blanket. You have a nice picture window leading to the courtyard. Just thought this was a really nice, romantic, lovely area, and kind of nice to see as you're walking to your primary suite every night. Now, completely isolated on the other side of the house, which is wonderful for noise reduction. Here we have an executive office. Not much to talk about except for we have 20-foot high volume ceilings. But I really love this. I love the fact that in this office, we have the French doors and we can just, on a day like today, it's what, 70 degrees. It's gorgeous out. Here, if you want to take a phone call, walk outside into your courtyard. There's no wind because it's completely enclosed. Get some fresh air. Just a wonderful, wonderful office. All right, now we're heading back to the other side of the house, which is where the secondary bedrooms are. You can see orientation-wise, to the right over here is the front door that we came in. And then here we have a really lovely dining room. So obviously large in size to fit this huge table. We have a gorgeous ceiling, again, double stacked crown molding. We have surround sound, coffers. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ceiling. Very dramatic, very lovely, and what you would want for a dining room. Now, this is kind of a neat one. So the kitchen's right on the other side of this wall area, but here we have a beautiful bar area. So again, OG double stacked bull nose granite counter surface. That's getting old right about now. So here, very nice. We have a nice sink for the bar, making it a wet bar. We have refrigeration, lovely cabinetry. We've got more room over here. But what's really neat is if you step down, here we have kind of a wine, it's not quite a cellar, but we have a wine cellar / wine closet. And they even threw in refrigeration in the corner there as well, so you can keep your whites even more chilled. So very nice, very wonderful, entertaining. Now, coming down this hallway, it's kind of funny that we have this whole hallway just for the powder bathroom. So here we have the powder bathroom. This is going to serve all of your guests. So very simple. We have a travertine style counter surface. I do, however, love this sink. Gotta turn it on because it seems like this can be a mess, but this looks like it's some kind of fossil from Mesopotamia. Looks like it belonged honestly in a museum, but I just thought, yeah, kind of neat touch. Haven't seen that one before. I like it. All right, now we're down to the last secondary bedrooms. So let's check this one out. Here we have an ensuite bedroom. So as you remember from the beginning of the video when we came into the courtyard, here is the double French doors that lead into the courtyard area. So again, this is a great bedroom. Get a little fresh air, especially since there's no windows. That's the only way you're getting some fresh air. We have a closet here to the left, and then we have a nice simple bathroom here. So again, travertine countertop that leads into the mirror vanity. We have an entire travertine surround, and we have a bathtub. So it's perfect for the fur babies or real babies. You always need to at least have one bathtub in the secondaries. So we're almost done, guys. We have one more to go. Then we'll check out the Casita, and then we'll check out this gorgeous backyard. Here, this is crazy. This is one of the biggest linen closets you'll ever see. Obnoxiously huge, but wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And then here, this is where you put your friends and family that you really like. This is an incredible bedroom. So unlike the other bedroom that had no windows and just had the door, here we've got copious amounts of windows. So we got 4, 5, 6. So yeah, 7 windows just in this bedroom. We've got 12-foot high ceilings, crown molding, very spacious, this is an incredible guest bedroom. We even have a walk-in closet. And then here we have a very similar bathroom. So the same type of vanity, same travertine marble. Here we have a little bit lower for the actual vanity lights because we have 3 windows above, but just a beautiful, beautiful guest bedroom. All right, guys, that's it. We've seen the entire inside of the property. Now it's time to show you the Casita before we show you the backyard because the Casita is pretty neat. So I'll meet you over there and let's check out that Casita. All right, guys, now we're back to where we started from. So behind me, this is the door that leads to the courtyard entrance. And over here to your right, this is the Casita that I promised you we would see later. So let's step inside and I'll show you a little bit about what's going on in here. So now beneath us, we have engineered hardwood, very rich, very circa early 2000s. But this is a massive Casita, really large, about twice the size that you would normally find. So again, this could serve as a wonderful executive office. This could serve as another secondary bedroom. Clearly this is the fun house. So you can see we've got a massive 82-inch display. We got the pool table, just a fun place to be. Even all the decorative wall wainscoting along this entire perimeter of the inside, all the windows framed in and tinted so you don't have an abundance of light. This would actually make an incredible movie theater if you wanted. But this is my favorite part. You guys know I got to keep it real and I got to show the good, the bad, and the ugly. I always try to show you. And this isn't even, it's just funny to me. So here, I want to know what the thought was, but here we have a sink, but no faucet. Sink, no faucet. So yeah, kind of interesting. There's a drain and a bucket, but there's no faucet. So I would love to hear the story on that one because, yeah, it's kind of funny. But anyways, I digress. Tell me, what would you guys do with a sink and no faucet? All right, guys, we have seen the entire inside of the property, and now we've completed the casita. All that's left is the backyard, so meet me out back and let's finish this tour. All right, guys, now let's check out this backyard. It's a beautiful Tuscan villa style backyard. Now, one thing we're gonna notice over here, this rounded turret. This is the retreat area for the primary suite where that chaise lounge was. So even on the outside, it's very beautiful in the aesthetic, shrouded with all that stone. Now, behind me, this is a great area, whether you have grandkids that want to come and play, or this is where your fur baby comes and does their business and goes a little crazy, gets the zoomies. Just a wonderful area off to the side. And we even have this row of Italian cypress to create this hedge. We do have a private street behind us, so there's not much traffic ever at all, and no one can see in because you're elevated from the street. Now over here, lovely, lovely. We have a wonderful gas fire pit area, a great conversation area. So this would actually get a lot of use. Really love it. Now over here, we're gonna talk about the pool in a moment, but if we step up these 2 steps, which by the way is all stamped concrete, very elegant. Here we have the elevated jacuzzi, so works perfectly well. And hey, if you need a little assistance, here's a helping hand. All right, now let's come check out this outdoor kitchen real quick, because it's actually a really, really nice outdoor kitchen. And thankfully, it's actually off of the kitchen, because a lot of times we see these outdoor kitchens that are pretty far away. Now, as you may already notice, this entire outdoor kitchen area is shrouded with travertine tile. And then we have a little bit of stucco on the backside that most people are never going to see. But we have refrigeration. We have a great built-in barbecue, plenty of storage. We even have a warming plate over to the side, a perfectly perfect outdoor kitchen. Maybe we could get an umbrella or a little bit of shade. That would probably come in handy in about a month from now. But now let's talk about this pool. I absolutely love this pool. I think this is a perfect mix of kind of old school and new school. So again, in keeping with the Tuscan theme, we still have the stacked stone veneer. Now over here in this corner, you'll notice we have 2 sheer descents that deploy, and I believe it's a gas fire pit feature for that bowl. The pool itself is all self-cleaning, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous gray. So it kind of looks like a concrete pool. And again, in keeping with the geometry, this is such a straight angle, 90-degree, more modern pool as far as this design, as opposed to more of the pools of this era were more kidney-shaped and rounded. So again, this is just a sensational backyard, which matches a sensational house. So guys, I'm really interested in your comments. Do you want to see more properties like this that aren't modern, that have a little bit more heart and soul to it than what I prefer as far as the modern brutalism aesthetic? And again, what is your favorite feature of the house? Did you love the casita? To me, that kitchen is incredible. So if you're a chef, that's a culinary dream right there. Well, that's it, guys, for this video. Special thanks to Corey, the listing agent who encouraged me to film this, who is a dear friend and does a great job over at Sotheby's. So thank you guys for watching. Click to like the video, click to subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Deuces.